I don't know who needs to hear this, but them leaving you was the best thing that ever happened to you, and here's why. There's a lot of people who they are constantly chasing the greener grass. And though, yes, there are more attractive people than you, there's more attractive people than me, physically, and I'm okay with that. There's always going to be somebody that's better at something. They're better at something than you. They look better than you. Whatever. Point is, people who are constantly in this mode, it's like they get with somebody and they're like, oh, well, that person looks better. Oh, well, that person makes more money. Oh, well, that person. They are going to do that to every single person that they get with. So don't feel bad when somebody leaves you and pursues you for somebody else over something superficial. Because what they left you for, or who they left you for, they're going to do the same thing to that person. You know, the minute that they don't look a certain way that they were presented in the beginning, they're going to go chase somebody else that looks good. Or if the money isn't right at some point because life happens, they're going to go chase somebody that has the money. It's a constant need for something else, and somebody who constantly needs something else and something else and something else, they're like a bottomless pit, and you will be drained out of your mind if you work yourself into the ground to look a certain way, to have a certain amount of money, to do certain things in order to keep somebody interested. People are going to leave regardless of what you look like, what you do, what you own. There's people who have billions of dollars and they can't find somebody who's loyal. They can't find somebody who's genuine. They can't find somebody who they can share life with on a genuine level, because so many people are after things that are superficial. And I'm not saying be with somebody who's lazy, won't work, won't go and work on their body to keep in good health. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that people who are constantly leaving somebody to go pursue what looks like it's greener on the other side, they will be doing that to that person too. And then to the next person, and then to the next person, because they're chasing an illusion of perfection. They're chasing their imagination of what's not realistic. There's so many people who make relationships and romantic partnerships unrealistic in their mind. They have an idea of how somebody is in their mind, but that's not who that person is. That's just their imagination making that person into somebody that they're not. And so people constantly perceive another human being from a perception that's not reality. And so if someone is pursuing someone else because it's because they look better, it's because they have some kind of sexual attraction and they're more sexually attracted to that person, or it's money, whatever, let that person go, because they will always base who they're with based off of how they look, what they own, what they can do for them, that other person can do for them. And you don't need to be with somebody like that. Because in that type of dynamic, they will make you like a circus act, trying to juggle 20 things and do all these things and keep doing them, when you could be with somebody who accepts you for exactly who you are. And not only that, they accept you as you are, but they also love and care enough about you to push you to do better for yourself because they love you, not because they want you to make more money so that they can get more from you, but because they know that they know your worth. So they are constantly pushing you to do better for yourself because it's coming from a loving, caring place. It's not about, oh, if you look better or if you gain more money, I'm going to benefit from this, and this is the only reason why I'm pushing you towards that. No. Somebody who accepts you for exactly who you are today and sticks with you and pushes you to improve yourself because they see your worth and they want you to utilize all you can of your worth and be all you can because they love you, not because it's something that they can just gain off of you. They might benefit off of it, but it's not coming from a place of, oh, I'm going to gain something, so I'm going to push this person to do this, though it's really not in their best interest. Somebody who accepts you for who you are as of today, they say, I love you for exactly who you are. However, I'm not going to let you stay in comfortability, and I'm not going to let you be in a limited mindset because I love you. I'm going to make you see what your worth is. I'm going to push you to do better for yourself because I know that you are made for great things, and they are taking what is within your best interest to push you towards things that are for good for you, that you should be doing, like working out, working on your body to be healthy, creating a business for yourself so you're not working for a 9-to-5 tyrant, things like that. That person that accepts you for exactly who you are today, and they stick with you, and they also show you, hey, you need to do better because you're worth more than what you're doing right now. That is the person you need to be with. Do not be chasing people out here who they make you feel like you're a circus act trying to gain their attention, gain their approval, and they've got 15 other people. It's like as if this is America's Top Model and they got you out here looking like a clown, trying to make you compete with all these people, and they're like, ooh, which grass is greener on the other side? And they've got 15, 20 people that they're choosing from. Take yourself out of that competition and let those other people be a fool, look like a fool, and be made into a clown because you're not a clown. You know your worth, and you're not about to be juggled. You're not about to be out here made to feel like you got to compete with people for their attention. If that's the case, they're not worth having around, because even if you win the competition, they will always, throughout the entire relationship, be looking for the greener grass, even when they're with you. So even if you do all this shit to gain their approval, to gain their love, which is conditional love because it's based off of superficiality, and let's be honest, we're all going to age, we're all going to have times in our life where money isn't fantastic, we're all going to have ups and downs in life. And when you have somebody like I'm talking about, where they think the grass is always greener on the other side, you will be like a circus act, constantly trying to win over their approval and to try to get them to take attention off of the greener grass that's around them. It's really not greener grass, I'm just making an example. They are constantly looking for better. They will always be looking for better. And it's not that it's better, it's their perception. It's their perception that there will always be greener grass. So do you really want to waste your life with somebody who makes you feel like, yeah, you won the competition, but now you've got to work your ass off like this is Mrs. America competition, and you've got to compete with all these women or men in the world to maintain this person's approval and their conditional love. It's conditional. It's not really love. It's just meet these conditions and I'll stick here. Those people are not going to stay anyway. It's like an ADD person. Their attention is only going to remain for a short while until They find another shiny toy and they throw you down and they say, I'm really tired of this. I think I'm going to go over here to what looks shinier. And it's not that it's better. It's just their perception. And those kinds of people are constantly looking for the greener grass, constantly looking for better. It's an illusion. No one is perfect. I don't care what they look like, what they own, what they do, who they know. There's nothing perfect about anybody. So if you are with somebody who constantly makes you feel like you got to compete for their attention, compete for their love, compete, and you got to exert all this effort just to be with them. I'm not saying, be with somebody who lets you be lazy and that you're not doing the best you can do for yourself. You need to be with somebody who pushes you. You need to be with somebody who makes you better, but not somebody who turns you into a clown and acts like this is a circus act and that you're supposed to do backflips and compete against 20, 50 people in order to keep them with you. Hell no. Let them go deal with some low vibrational, brainless, superficial people. Let those people have that person, because they will drain you, make you tired, and then you will become resentful towards this person. And then on top of it, they will have wasted all this time, wasting your time when you could have been with somebody who saw your value, who knows how to treat you. They are constantly pushing you to be a better person and do better because they love you, not from a superficial place, and somebody who accepts you for who you are, and they're not out here looking at all the options. Just because there's 50 options doesn't mean that it's quality. There could be 50 options that aren't worth a shit. It's kind of like a manufacturing company. There's a lot of manufacturing companies that they end up making a product, and at the end they've got to test the product to see if it's any good to send off to these stores. Well, that's the way a lot of people are nowadays. You got to sift through all these different people, because just because they look shiny doesn't mean they're valuable. They can look as pretty as you want them to, but that doesn't mean that they have any brains. That doesn't mean that they have any genuinity. That doesn't mean that they're honest, trustworthy, and worth your damn time. A lot of them just look pretty, and that's all they have to offer. And I'm sorry, life is hard. You need somebody that offers a little more than that. So if you're dealing with somebody that you got to jump through hoops and do backflips and be like, a gymnast to keep them with you, hell, I just let them leave. Let them go deal with all these low vibrational people, and let these low vibrational people go deal with them. You're not losing out on anything. You're actually saving yourself a headache from dealing with a brainless, superficial dickhead. That's the nicest way I could put it. You're saving yourself a lot of exhaustion, resentment, and waste of years of your life for somebody who thinks that this is a circus act and that you are going to be participating in this monstrosity. No, not this one over here, not you either.